welcome back to another day of Vlogmas here on my channel. It wouldn't be Vlogmas if we didn't do a straight up old school Q&A. Am I right? Tell me I'm right. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions. I have not looked at these yet, which is always a terrifying thing to do, but here we are, unprepared and ready for action. Let's do it. All right. I'm just gonna go for it. How does Corny like being a big sister to Annie? She tolerates it. She's doing really well. I'm so proud of her. I feel like sometimes Annie will come into bed in the morning, like it's not Corny's favorite thing. I feel like that's her space and she like just wants to be the only child in bed. But then sometimes I feel like she's like in the groove when we go on like family walks. She seems to really like it. She'll give Annie kisses here and there. It's like, listen, it could be better. Could be worse. So for that, I'm grateful and I'll take it. And we're really trying to just make sure that she is still loved as much as she was before. And I feel like she's loved even more now because we're like so paranoid. We just want her to be happy. Did you used to live in San Diego back in the day? No, I didn't. Never lived in San Diego. I've only been to San Diego a handful of times. Current favorites, whether it's food, drink, activity, baby, dog related, what do you swear by? What do I swear by? Falling asleep on the couch as soon as the baby goes down. I'm really good at it and it's a favorite of mine. We'll put on something and I'm literally out within 10 minutes. We are watching The Challenge, which is truly one of my favorites. It's been on the air for literally ever and it seems like they're making more and more of them, so there's always one on. So I feel like that's kind of like my happy place. It just takes me like 4 nights to get through one episode. I also started reading this book and I finally got to sit back down last night to read a little bit more of it and I'm really, really enjoying this. So that's fun. If you could pick any superpower, what would it be and why? Sleeping, getting my child to sleep more. No, she's actually sleeping very, very well. Superpower, I think like, you know, you could go really deep with it and be like snap your fingers and, you know, jump to another place without having to travel. Or like I would say like I want to give myself the power to have all the confidence in the world and never like doubt myself. Or I would I want to freeze time? Go back in time? I don't think I'd want to like time hop. Maybe like make money grow on trees? Is that a superpower? What are you getting the baby for Christmas? You know, it's funny, I realized I didn't get her anything. Which, is that terrible? We're just like constantly getting her stuff and she has so much stuff coming in and I feel like she doesn't know about Christmas. Probably next year is when I'll start getting her stuff, so we didn't really get her anything. We got her the gift of life, you know what I mean? Am I a terrible mom? Someone asked, WTF are you doing on the door cam? If you missed my Instagram, I think I can insert it here.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
We went to a party at our friend's house and every time you walk up to her house, it's like you were being recorded and it's very funny to both me and Jeff. And on our way out, we both had the same idea. Like without talking about it, it just sort of happened. So, do you regret having kids? That is a loaded question because I certainly do not regret having Annie because Annie is magical and Annie is like the love of my life and like I get it now when they're like it's a love like you've never had before. Like I get it and I feel like the amount of lessons and purpose in my life that are coming from having her is like immeasurable. Is that right? And I feel like there's so much more coming for both of us and for my husband. So like, no, I don't regret it. I think it's ultimately like the most beautiful thing we could ever done. That being said, it is so much harder than I thought it would be. And also like, I mean, health-wise for me, like that was so, like, had I known that I would have almost died having her, I might have thought twice about it. It was just a really, really, really rough start. I feel like we're just now getting into the groove, and like my mental health is just now like coming back to a place of manageability. But no regrets in terms of having her, because it's her, you know? How old is Corny? Corny is 11 years old, and she is going strong, friends. She's going strong. Are you enjoying Vlogmas? I am, and I'm also not doing it very well, but I just like vlogging, and I like this part of my life. Sometimes it's stressful because I feel like I don't have stuff to share, or sometimes it's stressful because I get like embarrassed by the views, or I get defeated by the lack of like money that's coming in. Like there's so many pros and cons to it, but I feel like ultimately, especially now that I'm spending so much time at home and my like whole world is revolving around being mommy and making sure Annie's taken care of, this is like such a nice respite for me, and a nice reminder of my old life, and a way for me to connect to you guys. And so I'm just super grateful for it, and Vlogmas is just an excuse to do it more, or rather like motivation to do it more. So thank you guys for being here. Also, thank you for people who have been sending super thanks. My heart. I apologize because I didn't know how to see super thanks until really recently. So I like finally was thanking people for super thanks that they sent like 2 years ago. To say it helps me and my family would be an understatement. I'm going to cry. Would be an understatement to say the least. I don't have a Patreon. I tried that and I felt weird about it, and I had my podcast, and I just like, then I got pregnant. So I ended up shutting down the Patreon, and I really pride myself on like not trying to like put up paywalls for stuff. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that, and honestly, like at some point next year I might just like have to do it to be able to like survive. But all these years I like, you know, haven't. And so those super thanks, like even your small contributions have made such a difference in my overall life and sustaining this channel and my ability to do this. So super thanks to that. I don't know how we got there, but I remember thinking last night, oh, I got to mention the super thanks. So super thanks to those who super thanks. I appreciate it. And to those who can't and are just here to support, that is just as meaningful. And I really, really appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up, as always. Like keeps the algorithm moving. Have you tried bamboo PJs? Super stretchy and cooling. I'm in Florida and I love it. I've tried bamboo sheets, I feel like, and I love them. Huh, I really ought to try some bamboo pajamas. They have them at Target, I'm sure, right? If you have a favorite kind of bamboo pajama, please let me know. Any new projects coming up? I've mentioned before that Tracy and I are out there pitching a show. Fingers crossed in the new year we get some good news, because it'll be something that you guys would be interested in. I'm absolutely positively sure of that. So fingies crossed. In terms of like YouTube and new projects, I'm not sure where this is all gonna go. I think I'm just gonna keep vlogging. Unless there's something very specific that you guys are wanting, please let me know. The plan for now is just to keep vlogging. I wanted to maybe start doing something with Tracy here on my channel. You know, I'm just going day by day, and instead of like setting myself up for failure, I'm setting up myself for success by saying like, I'm just gonna do my best to vlog and see where it goes from there. But if there's a specific kind of content that you wanna see, try-ons, etc., please let me know. But for now, I'm just gonna be sharing my life as I try to keep my head above water. Go to meal ideas. I'm running out of ideas. You're asking the wrong person. I'm a terrible cook. I eat literally 2 scrambled eggs, rice, and like sauteed spinach pretty much every night because I don't know how to cook and I ran out of ideas. So how did people booger check without smartphones? This is a very good question because I booger check via my smartphone all the time. Like always just like looking at like doing one of these in the camera before I go anywhere. I guess in the old days you had to look in a mirror. You know what I mean? God forbid. Okay. Tour of the baby setup. Wondering how you're managing space-wise. Yeah, if you want to see that, I won't do that right now because I'm trying to kind of racing against the clock here while she's taking a nap. But sorry I keep looking in the viewfinder, by the way. Like, this camera is so old that it like kind of goes out of focus a lot. So I just want to make sure that I'm in focus. Also, are we digging on this hat? Jeff got this from his students and he's like, I'm not gonna wear that. It was like really cute. I was like, I will wear that. I'm into that. Yes, I will show you the setup right now. It's a mess. And see, back here is like where all of her toys are. But there's also a desk back here with a very, very, very old computer that I don't use. And I love that desk very much. I'm sure I've talked about that desk before. It's vintage and it's awesome. It's like rattan. Oh my God, my battery's going out. Hold on one second. You guys, after all these years, I finally got wise and I bought a second battery. Like literally all these years the battery would go out because it's old and then I would like have to wait for an hour to finish filming. I'm an idiot. Anyways, cheers. Rattan desk, probably from the 60s or 70s. My mom and I found on the side of the road years ago. Like my mom was like driving past it and she's like, oh my God, Lisa, we got to get this desk. So I went over there and we were like, well, how are we going to get this into the car? And sure enough, there were like movers moving someone else like in and out of an apartment. And we're like, excuse me, pardon me, do you think you can help us like load this into our car? And sure enough, they did. Anyways, I love that desk so, so much. I will never get rid of it, but I am considering maybe storing it up at your house, Mom, perhaps? Mom, what do you think? Or my dad's place, or like putting it somewhere else so that I can kind of make that into Annie's play nook and get proper storage because like I have so many baskets full of toys now and I'm trying to like go through them and be like, okay, she's not gonna play with this anymore. Let's give it away to someone who needs it. So I'll continue to do that. I have like no shame in the purging game, but right now it's just like I'm accumulating stuff and I'm getting more and more baskets and it's like not the most effective. You know what I mean? Like the stuff at the bottom of the basket's never going to get used. So I need to like organize a little bit better. So maybe that's a video in the making. Just reorganizing her play area. Like I have mentioned before in vlogs, we have this place and it's gorgeous and wonderful and I feel so grateful for it. But it's starting to like close in on us a little bit. So until we can like fully, you know, move, which I'm sure will not be for quite some time, I need to like kind of reorganize. So stay tuned for that. Sorry, I'm staring at my eyeball now, which by the way is doing so much better since I started the steroid eye cream thing. So anyways, okay. This is the most casual. What's something that has changed for the better since your daughter came into your life? I think my relationship with my family has gotten even stronger. I mean, it always has been, but like when they say it takes a village, it like, oh, sorry, I'm doing laundry. It's very loud. It truly does take a village. And my village are my parents and my friends. And I feel that all of them, especially since the health stuff at the beginning, they all stepped in and up in a way that like is beyond what I could have ever imagined and asked for, and I'm just so grateful for that. And now Annie's like at the age where she's starting to like really enjoy things and recognize things, and like she's smiling and she's wanting to be more active, and like it's so fun like when my mom and I do stuff with her or like take her somewhere, or when she goes and plays with my friends' friends or my friends' kids, like or going to visit my dad. Like it's just it's becoming so fun. And I feel like my mom and I have always had a great relationship, but now it's like we have this added bonus level to it, and how grateful I am for her help and my dad's help, the whole thing. I feel like, did I answer that question? You did fine. How are your plants? My plants are doing pretty well, all things considered. I feel like I'm neglecting them a little bit, but they're pretty strong, and in the winter, like, they don't need as much attention. The one up there that you can't see needs watering so bad. My mom usually comes over and tends to my plants. So, but that being said, I mean, this guy has been here for so long. He's been in that little tiny pot, need to be repotted for like the last like 4 years. Has it been 4 years since I had this? It started so small and it's like giant. It's like taking over our living room. I just haven't had the chance to repot it. And all things considered, it's like thriving. Maybe in the spring we can do an updated plant tour if you're interested in that. So I feel like the spring is where it's at for the plants. But like, again, all things considered, not bad. I haven't really had to throw any of them out. They're doing pretty good. Someone was asking where my A initial necklace is from. I have a few of them. One of them is from Robin Rhodes, my favorite. I've talked about her a million times. I'll leave her link below. And she can pretty much make you any initial necklace that you want. So if you are on the hunt for something specific, I would reach out to her, tell her that I sent you, and she can like make you whatever you need. There's another one though that I wear a lot that my sister-in-law got me, and honestly, I'm so sorry. I have no idea where it's from because she got it for me as a gift. I will inquire though. I've been meaning to do that because I love that one so much. I have to ask the basic question. What's your favorite color? I love this. My favorite color is yellow. It's been yellow for a really long time. When I was growing up, I feel like purple was my favorite color, and then it turned to yellow. Sprinkled in a little pink. Speaking of basic, I love a pink. But yeah, yellow. If I had to pick one color, hands down, yellow. Someone asked, do you ever think about teaching theater classes again? And the answer to that is often. I probably wouldn't own a studio again because that was a huge undertaking. And if you didn't know, I own and ran and owned a children's theater, like an after school musical theater program. And we had like a whole storefront and we would put on productions and everything. How all these classes, I did that for like 8 years and it was the best ever, but it was also so taxing, and I feel like I can't believe I did it along with like full-time YouTubing. That's when I was young and fresh and full of energy and life. But I do miss the actual like work of teaching and teaching with kids. And so, you know, as time goes on and Annie gets a little bit older, I was like, you know, maybe I'll start teaching at like a school that she'll end up going to, or teaching an after school program. I'm not sure. I feel like there's definitely more teaching in my future. I just genuinely enjoy it, and I feel like it's hard to find things in terms of work to do that you genuinely enjoy and that you're genuinely good at, and I feel like that's one of those jobs that I genuinely enjoy and I'm genuinely good at. And last but not least, the most asked question will be answered tomorrow in part 2. We love a cliffhanger. We love a part 2. We love a good use of nap time, and we love pre-planning our vlogs. So thank you to everyone who contributed to the questions today. If you didn't get your questions answered, they might be coming tomorrow. So I will see you then, followed by another vlog that I'm filming today. And then, oh my gosh, we're almost to Christmas. Do you guys need last minute Christmas gift ideas? Let me know. I can definitely provide that. And I definitely know that I do. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you tomorrow.